You all, we are not licensed professionals. You know, we are just here on this roller coaster called life, trying to be better friends to one another, trying to be better human beings on this planet. If you're tuning in, we are not opting out of therapy. We are not advocating that you listen to us and not see someone who is licensed and trained to help you with day-to-day life on how to cope and deal. So we advocate for therapy a lot here. We believe that everyone has something to talk to somebody about. So, just like to make that disclaimer that we're just here giving our opinions and having discussions week by week. And we're hoping that, you know, maybe you can find something useful, or if at least find a little humor in this terrible, terrible rock we call the world.
In other words, if you listen to our advice and you get popped in the mouth, don't at us.
Yeah, don't at me because you may get popped in the mouth again. Welcome back to another episode of Friendship University, the podcast where we explore the lost art of friendship, how to create, maintain, develop them, because you know what? Friends are always worth fighting for. We know you missed us last week. As always, I am Kristen. This is Miki, and we're back for another week to give you some fun in the sun, since we weren't able to give you an episode the week prior. You know, life just be life, and so here we are. Forgive us. Miki, how you doing?
I'm doing good, friend. I'm doing good. I just wanted to ask you.
Rising, my beautiful brown sugar chocolate, constipated, educated, can't be duplicated, Nubian Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich deluxe with pepper jack cheese and a Southwest chicken salad goddess.
That was for you. I wanted you to know that I think you are the most beautiful Nubian melanated queen. Honestly, if we're gonna be honest, I recently discovered what hoteps were, and I just think it's hilariously entertaining. So I've just deep delve on hotep TikTok,
sending all the hotep TikToks he can find.
I love it. I mean, I am not a hotep, but the fact that people like that exist, it just makes me kind of excited because I kind of want to meet one. I
feel like you already have, you just don't recall, or maybe you didn't know at the time. They're all over this city.
There are a lot of hoteps. Now that I know what a hotep is, I can say that I might have ran across one or two, but I don't know anyone personally like that. I kind of just want to get. I just like I said, I just want to get to know one. It's an interesting thing. I love it though.
Well, as I have previously stated and will stand by, don't text me no Grand Rising. Just don't do it. Grand Descent. Whatever you want to say. Don't call me. Don't say that. Don't text it to me. Don't even think it. Just,
none of it. Don't.
I'm not on that wave. So keep your feelings about broccoli, asparagus, your feelings about crustaceous vegetables. All keep it to yourself.
Okay.
I know, Dr. Sebi, I don't need no more information, okay? Thank you for the information about the alkaline water. I appreciate it, but I'm cool. I'm good, love. You enjoy. Not low-key trying to...
This cat, anytime we start recording, he's like, I'm going to just cause chaos, destruction, and mayhem.
As much as he can. But, yeah, well, I'm well. Glad to be back for another week. I feel like we did see each other, but it was kind of strange not recording. I just had a lot going on. I had house guests. Two of my best friends were in town, and we're kind of like a trio, and so they've known me a very, very long time.
You and your other friends.
Well, these people have known hellish Christian, pre-filter, pre-patience, pre-all that. So we went to college together, and we don't get to see each other often. I mean, maybe once, sometimes twice a year. When the pandemic hit, we really didn't get a chance to see each other a lot. But, yeah, so that was a good time. actually a funny story around that. So one of my friends, we were hanging out, and they were like, "So we're gonna talk about the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can talk about the podcast. Like, what do you think?" And they were like, "No, about you know what?" And I was like, "What?"
What?
And they were like, the episode where you were talking about love and acceptance and all that. And I was like, "Yeah, what about it?" And they were like, "You coming out?" And I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "You mean when I said when I was younger how I felt asexual or whatever?" They must have heard something else or whatever. But I was like, that was not a coming out story. I don't know what you heard.
See, this is why I try to be super careful about. I mean, like I said, I'm always pretty honest about the things I say, but I gotta be careful because the last thing I need someone is sending me a screen recording clip about what is this about? Is this about me or what is this?
I mean, listen, I'm transparent or whatever. So I was like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" And they were like, they were so ready to be my biggest supporter. They were just like, the only thing they were like, "I've known you X amount of years, X amount of double digit years, and you never said anything.
Just hearing
like,
about this.
What are you talking about?" But they had bought vagina shirts. They had bought little
you better go
vulva
off.
hats.
Okay, queens. They said we're here to support.
They were ready to be my biggest supporter. So
We're here for supportive friends.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But
have them as guests on the podcast.
yeah. I think that would be cool. They won't be in town much longer, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try. I think you all will get along really well. They're pretty funny. So that was a grand time and a long time. But boy, did we have time. Did we have a time last night? Yeah, so this week we're going to kind of probably keep it light, I don't know the official day of fall, but it's close, right? Is it at the end of September?
Someone told me recently, I want to say it's like in the end of September, maybe like a couple weeks from now. I also could be confusing it with like, what is it? Daylight savings time, but I don't think that's until November. All of it really confuses me. All I know is it's getting darker a lot earlier. It's 8 o'clock now. It used to be bright as hell at 8 o'clock. It's dark now.
Oh, I thought it was 9 p.m.
And it was cold this morning, a little nip. So it's sad boy fall, and it's ready. I'm time.
It's not gonna be sad boy fall.
I mean,
maybe like Cuddle boy fall, or
I mean, I won't actually be sad, but like, moving on. So yeah, we're decided keeping it light this week. I decided that we were gonna play a game of Would You Rather.
Ooh.
If you aren't familiar with this game, Google it. I'm kidding. So essentially, I'm going to give Kristen 2 options. Of course, we're going to both answer them. There are going to be 2 options.
Yeah.
There is no third option. You cannot say, I'll just die. Because if that was the option, I would have picked it each and every time.
Yeah, no opting out.
No opting out. It's one or the
this
other.
or that. This or that.
Or that.
Absolutely.
Feel free to justify yourself, knock yourself out.
I'm kind of nervous. Because you came up with these questions on your own and you are out there.
No,
your mind goes to the extreme.
Don't. Honestly, so I started off really easy and I'm going to ease us into more exciting topics.
Okay.
So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So question 1. Would you rather go 4 rounds in a ring with Mike Tyson or a grizzly bear? Again, would you rather go 4 rounds in the ring with Mike Tyson or a grizzly bear?
That's the coasting you were talking about.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Are we coasting down a mountain? Down an incline?
More like a cliff. Probably like we're just driving off the cliff.
Okay. I feel like Mike Tyson is the safer option only because I can go down in a ring. Because technically, if I tap out, he won't keep hitting me. He's a professional, boxer. But a grizzly bear will not stop. And specifically a grizzly bear, which is like huge. Like one of the bigger bears that exist. So I'm going to say, I'm going to look busted because the way that he wailed off on that man on that plane who kept effing with him. He still got it.
Ooh, he definitely still got it.
I may have a black eye, but I probably have a better chance of surviving with Mike Tyson.
I think you told me that getting hit by like one of Mike Tyson's fists is like the equivalent of like, what did you say? Like getting like shot or something like that? I don't know. Something wild.
Him and what's that? Pink Floyd Mayweather.
Is that, maybe you were talking about him?
Yeah, they're licensed. I think their fists are like licensed weapons. Like if they got into a fight, like on the street, they probably would be charged with something more than just assault.
That's insane. So Mike Tyson versus a grizzly bear. Implying it's to knockout, I'm just gonna pick Mike Tyson as well because I feel like he'll hit me one good time and I'll be
out like a light.
However, using some form of logic here, I feel like I've watched enough TikTok to know that maybe I can scare the bear off. I don't know. Maybe I can look bigger. Maybe I can make myself look bigger and be like, no, like I'm not gonna fight this man. You know, I'm 6'6" and brown, kind of like a grizzly bear. And maybe you'll think I'm a fellow grizzly bear.
I know you like to think of yourself as the Pillsbury Doughboy, but you are nowhere near the size of a grizzly bear.
Oh, no, not in the strength way.
No, I'm talking about you like to over-exaggerate
my chunk?
big your chunk is, but it ain't nowhere near almost 400 pounds.
That's fair. But no, I'll also pick Mike Tyson. If it means anything, the original version of this question was Mike Tyson versus your mom.
Oh, Mike Tyson, because my mother would kill me.
Oh,
Matt, I'm dead. D-E dead, just D-O-A.
Fun fact, my mom is the same height as me.
Oh, yeah.
And while, she has a gimp hip, she'll be swanging, okay?
I think her right hook, though.
Oh, she still got
she
it.
was on the NYPD.
Ooh,
Ain't nobody have time for that.
No,
I saw my mom one time. My sister, God bless her, because the one right before me, bless her soul, she took my parents through the ringer. She was a wild child. But they got into some kind of argument. My mom told her to go to her room. She mumbled something as she was walking through the door. My mother's room was on the other side of the house. So if you imagine going up steps and there's a room to the right and then there's a long hallway, like a little...
So sorry,
that was Loki. It's okay. And then there's like a little overlook balcony, and you see two other rooms. That's how far away the other two rooms were. She whispers. I was in my room, which was right next to hers. She whispered, mumbled something under her breath. I saw my mom, because her door was open, jump over her bed, and down that hall. I mean, I blinked and she was on my sister's ass. Okay,
like the Flash. Okay,
hand crossed to the face. She fell straight to the ground.
Ooh. My craziest mom ass whooping story is when it comes to also, funny enough, my raggedy sister. I remember when I was like, how old was I? Probably like 5. I was still living in New York. I was watching Transformers Armada, which was a cartoon I watched when I was younger. One of my favorite cartoons. I had my little Transformers toy. I was watching in my parents' room. All I saw from like the doorway was one body run across the doorway, and it was my sister. And the second body was my mom holding the house phone and a vacuum cleaner.
Woo!
I don't know what my sister did. I don't know how she pissed my mom off that much, but all I saw was my mom on the phone with my aunt with the vacuum cleaner in her right hand. And I was like, that ain't none of my business. It's none of my business.
I was going to say maybe your mother was on the phone for the cleanup people because she was about to clean up whatever mess. Your sister
tragedy.
Yeah, so that's going to be a smooth Mike Tyson for me, dog.
Fair. All right, next question. Would you rather get a botched BBL or a botched lip job?
I feel like a botched... Okay. I know I'm thinking about these very logically, but like, I feel like a botched lip job, 1, may be a little easier to fix, and 2, health-wise would be less strenuous on the body than getting like cement injected into my ass.
No, okay, this is a real question. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. Don't people die from getting BBLs? Am I making that up?
No, they do. That's what I'm saying. Some people, there was a woman a few years ago. I do not remember her name, but a lot of people probably do because she was in the media. She went to jail because she was giving all these like underground back alley BBLs, and she was injecting like stuff that you plug tires with and cement and all kinds of like stuff into these women's behinds. And you know, once that coagulates or whatever you want to call it with your blood cells and all of that, you get hardened stuff, and like these girls were getting sick. Some of them were dying. And I mean, that was like, it's still a thing because it's like any other procedure, right? Like, if you really want it, but you can't afford it, there's always going to be somebody who's going to give you who's going to give you the off-brand version. I mean, think about, you know what I'm saying, like Chinatown and all that in New York where you can get all the fake bags. There's always going to be someone who's going to offer the quote-unquote designer for lesser price. But keep in mind, you get what you pay for. And things that mess with your body and your health, you may not want to skip on. So I feel like I'm going to go with the botched lip job. And then I could probably just tell people, if it's really terrible, I was born with a cleft.
That's true. You could definitely use that as an excuse. I didn't know BBLs could kill you. Like, I've heard it, but I didn't know if that was, like, true or not. You really decided to be the most raggedy animal you possibly can be today.
He said, I'm a host as well. I'm the mascot, so I deserve,
I guess,
to be around.
But there's two reasons I'm going to go with the lip filler as well. One, because now that I know that a BBL really can kill you, I probably shouldn't do that. Two, my legs, I don't think would be a good proportion for a BBL. It would be like if you stuck 2 apples on 2 toothpicks. And that's what that would look like. So I feel like it would just be like twig, ass, back to twig. So
that's a majority of what.
Oh, I've seen. There's a reason I gave that answer. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a reason I gave that answer. I've seen 2 apples on 2 toothpicks, and it's not a fun sight.
A straight up ant.
Ooh.
A straight up ant standing up on 2 legs.
That. I hate you. That. Okay. Next question. And this one's gonna be.
Here we go. Oh boy, I knew it was coming.
This is probably the most off the cliff we're gonna go though. Okay. Maybe. Would you rather be able to listen to all of Beyonce's albums but Renaissance for the rest of your life, or only listen to Renaissance and none of the other albums for the rest of your life?
You know what? Actually, Beehive or whatever. There's no right answer clearly here. Don't come for me when I make. This is my choice, my life, my choice. Okay, I'm not saying anything about any of the particular albums because B-Day loved it. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce self-titled, all that. Y'all want to bring up the fact that we don't talk about. What was the Disney album? Life is King. Life is Black.
That don't count.
Black is King.
That's not.
Well, let the Beehive tell it. We talking all this crap about Renaissance, but ain't nobody say this about Black is King. So I get it. I'm gonna go just listen to Renaissance for the rest of my life, and all the other albums they can go. And I'm gonna like I said, I don't feel like there's a right or wrong answer. It is just your answer. Renaissance. Now, I will say, that yes, Renaissance is an amazing album, and it's in the house. It's on the street of house, but the house that I listen to, like house, it's on the other side of the street. But it's in the same vicinity.
Right, same cul-de-sac.
It's in the same cul-de-sac. It's right there. So it's not that I'm going to, be putting it with all that or coupling it with all of those other greats. It's just, I like anything that gets people up and moving and like happy and dancing. We've been in the house all this time and it's got people pumped and just out here. Now, is Beyonce a witch? Maybe. Because she got you niggas in the chokehold. But if she's going to get you up and moving, I'm here for it. Now, like I said, B-Day is one of my favorite Beyonce albums. Fight Your Mama, not me. B-Day it was from start to finish is an amazing body of work. Yeah. So if I got to give that up for, Renaissance, that's just gotta be.
This has gotta be. I'm actually kind of surprised you gave that answer. I figured you would have picked the other ones. I'm not sure why. I just kind of assumed that you would go that direction.
Probably because I've listened. Now this is also coming. You know what? Let me do this because I'm talking like I'm really in the Beehive, and I'm not. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. Let me look at all her albums real quick. Let me look at every album she got before I make that claim.
While you're looking that up, I know my answer. And just to be clear, I love Beyonce so much. I do. Like a lot. Like she's great. I'm actually gonna pick all her other albums over Renaissance, but it's not necessarily for the music itself. The music is fantastic. Like XO, Chokehold, Flawless, the remix with Nicki Minaj, Chokehold.
Flawless.
I'm blanking out on her songs right now. I do apologize.
That's why I had to look it up. And I think looking at it now, I may actually change my answer because I forgot about a lot of this stuff.
There is one in particular Beyonce album and one in particular Beyonce memory that lives in my brain for the rest of my life.
Oh boy.
And it's the reason I actually picked these albums over Renaissance. Like I said, I love Renaissance. I am probably at least 2 million of energy. I play it every single motherfucking day, at least multiple times a day. But anyway, I will never forget when I was in high school, and I opened up my iPhone, and Beyonce brought Apple to their knees, releasing an album self-titled out of nowhere.
Just dropped on a random, what was it, Tuesday?
The internet was in a frenzy. You hear me?
Woo!
Apple their servers were like, we cannot handle this. I don't know what to do with you. And that's the same album we got.
Flawless on it.
Flawless, XO.
Drunk in Love.
Drunk in Love had us in a
blow. Hold. Okay. Then they dropped the remix with Kanye. Okay. It was just.
But even the other albums like Formation, like I love 6 Inch with The Weeknd. Fantastic song. Formation, great song. And similar, once again, Beyonce brought America to their knees.
White America to their knees.
White America
because the YTs was like, you're black?
What?
Didn't you get the memo? This is an all-white party. Somebody get this coon out of here.
Somebody get this jigaboo out of here. Oh my God. I can't believe we lost Terry Crews like this.
Ooh, I don't even want to talk about it. R.I.P. because that man. So now I'm looking at the album list. I got to change. I'm sorry. Because I'm going to be honest. I was listening to Renaissance every day, but I just could. Like I said, Beyonce may not be a witch. So I just can't be playing it every day in my house like that. I just got to
play it in reverse and messaging.
What if it's actually not spells, but it's that Instagram
because tonight will be the night I fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind.
I'ma change because yes, I am Sasha Fierce. Honestly,
Fierce.
That double-sided radio, Sweet Dreams. All that had me in the chokehold. Like I said, love B-Day from start to finish.
Crazy in Love.
Dangerously in Love, her album, had Crazy in Love with it. She had Luther Vandross on that sample.
And there's another.
She had Missy Elliott on there with Signs or something like that. So yeah,
there's another reason I'm gonna say the other ones too, because it also gave us Homecoming.
And
that had me in the chokehold for a solid month and a half.
Homecoming definitely had me in the chokehold. Homecoming definitely had me in the chokehold.
So no shade to Renaissance, because once again I'm here again in my quarterly chokehold. Millions of views. Like I said, I've probably given Beyonce at least, how much do stream song cost? A lot, but
A couple, but I have given Beyonce real dollars. I saw her when she was on the B-Day tour. I saw her at Sasha Fierce, or I think that was the Mrs. Carter first tour. Saw her on the Miss Carter second tour.
She loves coming when I'm broke. She's like, Malik has no money. I should come right now.
She said, always have the fun. You just set it aside.
Like I said in one of our other episodes, I have a line item for Renaissance tour. It's in the budget. I have a whole other savings account for it now.
I've got something I can pawn if necessary.
Okay. I will sell the cat if I
must. Loki ain't going nowhere. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. Now Renaissance Energy has you in the chokehold, but that cat is on the back of your neck.
Literally and physically. Okay. Okay, so we're actually easing up off the cliff a little bit. Mm-hmm. We pulled the chute. Okay. The chute hasn't deployed just yet. Just like to lighten it up a little bit more. Okay. Would you rather get stuck at every red light you ever drove through for the rest of your life, or have incredibly slow internet no matter what you do?
What? Okay, hold on. Okay. Every red light I ever drive through. Red. In any city.
Any city. You in the wheel? Red light. You in the car? Red light. Every single red light. Red.
I'm gonna have to go with the red light. I can't do no slow internet. I cannot. That is maybe one of the places where I can tell that I'm really a millennial in that sense. Because they say millennials don't have any patience or whatever. Like, I can wait for a TV show to come out week by week. That's how I grew up. I can wait for stuff to drop or be released. But when I'm streaming or I'm working or I'm doing something, if it's slow internet and you're saying anywhere, no matter what, because I can get on the highway.
That's true. So yeah, I would also pick. I don't.
Slow.
See, I was about to say the slow.
And I game.
I was about to say the red lights, but then as I was saying it, my eye twitched, and I got annoyed and angry. But thinking about the fact that I wouldn't be able to stream like movies and play games or even work from home. Like, I wouldn't be able to work from home.
You would be jacked up. We get just illogically upset when we see that Netflix emblem come up. Okay. That little wheel. Buffer. What? Because I pay for fiber. What are you buffering? Okay. So no, I can't do that.
Yeah. Both of them are like hell in their own way because I'm like the most impatient tourist in the world. Yeah, but it's mainly because if there's something I want, I'll just go get it myself. So I don't have. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't have a reason to have patience. Like, patience is a virtue or whatever these people be saying. But I'd be like, I really want something. I'm gonna go get it now. So it's also probably why I have terrible financial decisions, but neither here nor there. Next question. Ooh-wee. Would you rather be able to see 10 seconds in the future or change 10 seconds in the past?
I don't know. I don't know, because it's like, if you can change the 10 seconds and maybe like if you said something or did something that caused whatever, I'm gonna say 10 seconds in the future.
Yeah, I mean, that's helpful because you can see like what someone might say, how someone might react to something, if you're gonna get hit by a car,
right, or a bus. I think I'm a firm believer that regardless of when you think about it in your mind, if you had changed one step, what the trajectory would have been like. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. So I feel like even if I did go back 10 seconds, whatever I'm changing will more than likely not change the trajectory of where I'm going.
That's fair.
But if I can see forward, then yeah, maybe I can know what's coming or know which lottery ticket to pick, which scratch off.
So I thought about this in a sense of like, looking 10 seconds in the future would be great for me and my anxiety. Because I would know what's coming. Mind you, it's not very far in the future, but 10 seconds is a good amount of time. It could be a
long time, yeah.
But I also thought about the lottery thing, and you can still use the 10 seconds prior. I guess you can't. No, you guess you can't use the 10
Oh,
seconds.
you probably.
Well, you couldn't because your lottery has already have been picked out, so you couldn't use it going backwards.
true.
But, the primary reason I would use this power so as I could say anything I wanted to say and get it off my chest, or slap the ever living taste out of someone's mouth, and just reverse time and as if it never happened. You know, there's times where you just really want to cuss somebody out and you're like, you can't do it because what it might cause. Mm-hmm. How amazing would to just give 9-second cuss outs and then just go back in time? Be like as if it never happened. You can get it off your chest.
Yeah.
You're like, whoo, that was good. You could punch someone so hard in the head, pull back time, be like, oh, what are we doing? Nothing, girl, just hanging out.
Okay.
Does that make me crazy? Probably. Do I care? No. Also, going 10 seconds in the past is like helpful if you ever like drop your Chick-fil-A on the floor, or
Your phone,
Okay, your phone fell in the pool, or you know, maybe you got in a car wreck and you could just whoop whoop pull back time.
10 seconds.
So I'm gonna pick the 10 seconds personally, going backwards. But I also think looking in the future would be pretty cool.
I feel like that's good. You go back, I go forward. Now we just have to
Dream
live
team.
ourselves together. We got to be the
Okay.
Wonder Twins, always by one another, so that if I need to go forward, we can both go. If we need to go back, we can go back.
Okay, and our mutual non-named friend is like 10 seconds in the present. Y'all figure out what that means and let me know.
Okay.
All right, next question. Would you rather have the brain of a squirrel in a human body, or have a human brain in a squirrel body? Implying you can change the size. So more like, would you rather be as dumb as a squirrel as a human, or would you rather be as smart as a human as a squirrel? Or whatever the fuck I just said. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I don't particularly know how dumb squirrels are, because I be seeing them in the street and you think like, oh, they're so stupid. Why are they waiting for that car? And then 2 seconds before the car comes on them, they skedaddle, and it's the car that's effed up, but the squirrel is just sitting on the tree eating a nut maybe. I guess it would be cool to become a squirrel, to see what it's like to be an animal. I would be smart enough to like, well, can I still, this is a stipulation, can I still keep my like animal tendencies as a squirrel? Like, would I still instinctively know how to like climb a tree and do all that? Okay, then yeah, I would become a squirrel with human knowledge and I would take over the world.
I had the exact same answer. I would have an army of squirrels at my beck and call.
I would definitely have all the squirrels. We would be in formation. I would find my best route to go over somewhere to bring back a disease to wipe the human race out.
Not a disease.
And then coronavirus part 2. And
Oh,
then
my goodness.
I would make my way to the White House. I would find a way to get some kind of machine that could change my squirrel chip 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 into actual language. And that would be a wrap.
I agree. Once again, I would be the squirrel human. I would be the human with the squirrel. I would be the squirrel with the human brain. There we go. However, I will also say having the brain of a squirrel might be like really blissful.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the reason I'm in constant agony is because I have a brain that thinks a lot. So maybe if I just thought about like nuts and whatever the hell squirrels do, I don't really know what else squirrels really enjoy.
Climbing trees. Digging holes, maybe.
This has a lot of really LGBT
Yeah, innuendos.
themes.
Mm-hmm.
Climbing trees. I'm literally a squirrel already. Climbing trees.
With a human brain.
Chasing nuts. Doing squirrel things. Being gay is equivalent to being a squirrel. Oh my God. My coworkers listen to this.
Ignorance is bliss. But I
Isn't
just
it?
don't know. Because then what happens if you can't like take care of yourself, or you're not smart enough to like marry rich, or
Squirrels are fine. They're fine.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Next question. Would you rather drive Uber and make $500,000 a year, or work your dream job making $20,000 a year?
My dream job?
Whatever the hell that is. What is your dream job?
I wouldn't. I mean,
Aside
my
from
dream
being a
job.
baddie, okay?
My dream job would never pay that little, but
Hypothetically.
I would drive Uber for 1 year, and then I would do my dream job.
That's a cop out.
I would drive Uber for 1 year because I can't see myself driving Uber for the rest of my life, regardless of how much.
$500K.
But how much? I mean, I
$20K
can't.
is a pack of chicken wings from Poublé and some rice-a-roni nowadays, girl. You better work.
I gotta marry rich then because I can't strangers in my car. Y'all crazy. Niggas is crazy out here. Like niggas get shot every day, B. Like I can't be having strangers in my car. And now if you would have said Uber Eats, that's a different story. I ain't gonna have nobody in my car. But you picking people up, they yelling at you, they're trying to get famous on social media, go viral, so they doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's true. Like what was it during COVID time when them girls
were coughing in that man's car, and
it would have been murder.
You know what?
Death.
Yeah, same. But I'm glad he maintained his cool because they got prosecuted. Jail. You're
Prison.
going to prison. That's where you deserve to be, being that ignorant. Just like that girl that was licking that ice cream. Jail! Throw away the key. Put her in prison. Key. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with my dream job. And then also, too, now I know they say money can't buy happiness.
That's a lie.
It can get you closer. Let's be clear. We live in a capitalistic society. Anybody tells you you do not need money is rich and they're a liar. So, or they're homeless. So, and I don't even want to say homeless because a lot of homeless people aren't homeless, or persons, what's the politically correct, persons without a home, or displaced people. But there are some vagabonds who enjoy living on the streets. They love that. They feel free from capitalism. I wish there was a campaign. Woo, you out. Anyway, but I honestly feel like I would be okay working my dream job because it was still being able. I don't want to do anything where I feel like my life is purposeless.
Uber has a purpose. You're getting people from point A to point B.
But that's not my purpose.
That's fair. Are you willing to tell us what your dream job is?
Yeah, I mean, I eventually would love to go into the realm of like full-time writing. I would love to have like a conglomerate and just, have writers, producers, all types of things. I really do want to help people. So there's a lot of things that I'll be doing. I'm going to be finishing up my degree in counseling and just getting licensed there. So I have a heart for women in particular and like people with mental disorders. So I can see myself really focusing or like helping those communities, like doing something in that realm as well. So.
Oh yeah, I believe it. It sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, and $500,000 is a lot of money and it sounds good, but I think it would become mundane inevitably. Because then you also too, like, how long are you driving for Uber? Is it 1 hour?
Full time, 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Nah.
That's fair. $20,000 is really.
That is not a lot of money. I mean, nobody can live on $20,000 a year.
And I don't have a rich man yet. Don't have daddy's money. My parental father, not like my actual blood father. Fucking weirdos. Okay, so it's not any secret that I want to be a music producer / DJ. Which, to be honest, I don't even know how much DJs really make. I know like some of the bigger ones like Armin van Buuren or Carl Cox, like they make a lot of money, but they also do other things outside of DJing, like producing, or they help like do like scores for movies and stuff like that. Hell, Idris Elba's a whole other actor. Kinda, sorta. If you've seen Beast, I haven't seen Beast, but
I haven't seen it.
I've heard things about it.
I haven't seen any reviews about it either.
actor is a strong word. I'm kidding. I love Idris Elba. I would like. My goal is to be like a mixture of Idris Elba and like Morgan Freeman when I grow up. That's my inspirations.
I feel like as a DJ, even if you only made $20,000, you would have significant perks where you probably wouldn't be paying for a lot of stuff anyway.
That's fair. Just based on how much pure happiness it brings me, I'm gonna say Uber. $500,000 is $500,000. Okay, put on a good podcast. You know, I'll get some snacks in the back. Okay, I'll have a fun Uber. 40 hours a week. Okay, and who says I have to do the 40 hours all like all in 8 hour spans? I could do like 4 hours, come back home for a 2 hour nap, go back out for 4 hours. I got $500,000. I can buy a car off and listen.
I get it.
I'm gonna double down on Uber.
I get it. $500,000 to $500,000. That is, it could be life changing.
Life
for sure.
Okay, I'm it's like a 70-30. 70% Uber. I'll admit it. The larger part is the Uber, but I do understand money doesn't bring money. That's a whole fucking lie.
Not just
money brings you happiness, but I'll actually say money doesn't bring happiness, but it does make life an incredibly lot easier. Which will, by extension, make you happier. It can help with your
mental. It can if you're in constant distress because you don't know how to pay your bills. Then I get it. Money can help alleviate that, but if you are also in turmoil because of other things, that money is not gonna. Because let me tell you something that I have seen and I have heard. It's the richest people who feel the loneliest. So
that's fair. Yeah, Uber. So second to last question here. Would you rather never orgasm again, or every time you do, it puts you in a wheelchair for a week?
I would like to take Life Alert for $500. I'll be in the wheelchair. Give me my placard to put in my car so that I can have the primary parking spot when I pull up to the grocery store. I would not like to have to. If I have to take a flight, please tell Delta I will need wheelchair assistance when I enter the airport and when I get off of the plane because what? Never again. Just out here just throwing it back for a real nigga and then you ain't getting nothing out of it. Just throwing it back for what? For who? Him?
Oh my God.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Because what are you imagine just laying there while they downtown doing their thing and you ain't getting no play. You just laying there looking at the ceiling like, well, okay. Oh, baby, yeah. Like, absolutely.
That's it. Not. That's the spot.
right there. Keep going. I'm close. Thank you. Come again. Absolutely not. I am not a handmaid. I'm not just here to get pumped full of,
And then for your pleasure. Okay, no, I feel that. I'll also take wheelchair for $1,000, Alex. It would be kind of interesting to explain why I'm in a wheelchair sometimes. I'm like, honestly, I'm going to keep that thought in my head, but you get the idea.
Okay.
If it means anything, I didn't come up with that question. That one actually was from the internet. I
don't believe it.
I mean, it's not something I wouldn't have thought about eventually. I'm sure something that or worse would have came to my brain, honestly. I would have like, would you rather never orgasm again, or like every time you did, your mom got a notification? Like, who knows?
Oh, and ding!
Okay.
Ding! Like, okay. And just put me on D&D then if you don't want to know.
Just click your notifications, girl. I don't know what to tell you.
Because I can't, absolutely, I'm not going to. I think I heard a similar question like this before where someone was like, would you rather never orgasm again or like have uncontrollable orgasms when you Uncontrollable. Like to a point where it would stop you, like you
debilitating.
Yes,
like you're out for the count. Okay. Okay. So last question.
Okay,
here.
I've got a few of my own.
Okay. Okay. Last question on my end. Would you rather go to jail for a crime you didn't commit, or send your friend to jail for a crime they didn't commit?
So, winter visiting hours. I put money on your books.
Wow.
You'll be able to
this
get
is the Friendship University. What kind of
You'll
friend
be able
are
to
you?
get a cup of oodles of noodles on my accord, some hot Cheetos. I put soap in your care bag.
You would send me to prison for a crime I
don't
didn't
drop
commit?
it. I put don't. You said a crime they did commit.
I said that's fair.
Listen. Okay. There are two things to that. I'm not a Bonnie and Clyde. So if you get with me, just know I'm not a no snitches around here kind of bit. No. You did the crime. You're doing the time. Like, I'm not going to prison for you. Like, absolutely not. And then, also, too, like, I'm not a free my... Put it on a t-shirt. Free my nigga.
No.
Tell him don't break the law.
Don't okay.
Tell them don't go against the law, and they don't have to. I'll think about. I will have to think about it though, because if it meant.
And just to clarify, I didn't say that they didn't do it. I said that you both didn't. Like a crime. Either
I thought you said if they did do it,
or a crime they didn't do.
Okay, I thought you said if they did do it. Now, if
let's
they
answer
did
both.
do
Let's
it,
answer both. So if they didn't do it,
I would have. I gotta think about it because
she was really thinking about sending us to prison.
I gotta pray on it.
Kristen, I won't survive in jail.
And you think I will? What do I look like, a gutter bitch? do I look like somebody who could also survive in prison?
It's not even like getting beat up or anything like that. It's worse than that. Like, as soon as I don't have lotion to grease myself.
You talking to the person who lathers themselves in oils after every shower. I just put Vicks
routine. I'm gonna break out. This is not gonna be good for me.
I eat organic food every day.
I eat Chick-fil-A every day.
You want me to
They don't have Chick-fil-A in jail. I won't make it.
I'm not gonna make it. I just feel like it also doesn't say which friend. I could pick any one of my friends. You don't have to be
so
you.
You gonna send some of your friends to prison for a crime they didn't commit, just so you won't have to go to prison for a crime you also did not commit.
You know, honestly, I don't know how I would end up in the situation anyway to have to choose between me and them if I didn't commit a crime. You know what? It would depend. It would depend on the friend, and this is no shade, no tea to any of my friends. But I know if I sent some of my friends to prison and they didn't commit the crime, like me, they would find a way to get appealed. Like, they would find a way to, like, exonerate themselves. Eventually. Some of my friends would just sit there and take it. And they would just die in jail. So
I'm letting you know right now, if you send me to jail for a crime I don't commit, we both going.
I feel like I can get myself off.
I don't mean jail.
Well, now neither one of us have to be in jail.
Okay.
Because we're
unalive. I'm going to say... Ooh, this is a lot harder than I thought. You distracted me so much I didn't think about the question. Go to jail for a crime I didn't commit.
I feel like I could get myself off.
Which is statistically pretty high in America, honestly.
Oh, yeah, especially for a black man.
Oof. I watched a whole mini documentary about that. There was... never mind. It's fine. We're keeping it light. Just know America sucks. Moving on. Or send my friend to jail for a crime they didn't commit. It would also depend. And here's okay, I'm not shit for this, but y'all know that. Once again, it's fine. Don't really care. Where it would depend on how much time and what kind of jail. Yeah. Like, if it's maximum security prison for 20 years to life, I don't know how that's how sentencing works. I probably would not do that to them. It would suck for me, but maybe I can do an Orange is the New Black situation.
And are you talking about in the lesser jail though?
No, I'm talking about prison. Prison, maximum security prison. I'll take the fall on that one. But if it's just 6 months in the county jail,
I'll see you in 6 months, and I'm gonna put as much money on your books to make you as comfortable as I possibly can.
Get yourself an extra mattress pad or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you all the tips I know. Put the handkerchief in your back pocket.
I have no tips for you, but I'll pray for you. I'll keep you prayed up. I will keep you in my thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if it's a crime they did commit, I I would think about it again, but it would depend on the crime. Because if you
Okay.
out here just
Murdering
people,
I gotta send you to
you
jail.
gotta go to jail. You
'Cause
need
I
to
might
be
be
rehabilitated. I could be next.
Okay.
Okay.
You think I saved you from going to jail, but the next thing you know, I'm next. So
I'm gone. So yeah, I just
yeah,
okay.
yeah, I agree. It depends on what the crime is. If there was just like shoplifting or something,
And they're only gonna get again like 6 months.
right?
I'll see you when you get out, girl.
Right, but if you're out here like money laundering or something, like I can't help you, girl.
And you ain't give me no money.
Okay. I'm telling you, listen, if any of my friends ever do a bank heist or launder money and they don't offer me something, I'm gonna be really upset. And also, I've never laundered money because I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like when I heard the term washing the money, I took it literally, as in putting the money in a bathtub and rinsing it off because it was like dirty. And I'm not joking. I was watching some show. They're like, "Oh, we got to wash this dirty money." I was like, "Why do I have to wash? I know bills are kind of dirty, but why do I have to wash it? Like they like, just stole it from the bank. I'm confused. Like I'm really confused." So yeah, good on that.
Fair. Okay.
But to your questions, that's all I had. The other ones were like pretty run of the mill. Like, would you rather have coffee or tea for the rest of your life? I feel like you would pick tea.
Yeah.
But you do love coffee.
I do love coffee. That would actually be a tough one for me. I probably would choose coffee just because the variety. I don't know. We're not
You can
gonna
make coffee
that.
in a lot of different
You
ways.
can. You could, really with tea, you can only have it hot or iced. I mean, you could
You could do like a chai tea.
Yeah, but that's still like hot or iced. But coffee, you could do like
Yeah, that's fair. I would do coffee.
frozen, iced, hot, espresso. It's all kind of varietals. Okay, so I got a couple of these from the internet, but some of these I did come up with myself. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure out which ones I came up with myself. Would you rather stub your big toe every time you want a free $100, or would you rather bite the inside of your jaw for every time you want a free $1,000?
Oh my god. So you know what's really awful about both of these? Both of these things have happened minus the $100 or $1,000 very recently. I stubbed my toe on my little TV stand over there. I was on the floor in fetal position.
Oh, I was about to say, did you sit down?
I thought I broke the whole toe. I was just like, well, gotta go to the hospital now because that is a broken foot. Honestly, it might have fractured. It's better now, but I'm also now much more careful about walking over there. But on the flip side, ooh, that cheek. I also bit my cheek very recently, and I was bleeding like fuck. Ooh, my god, that's hard. You said if I bite my cheek, I get how much?
$1,000 every time. Or $100 every time you stub your toe.
I'll just take the cheek bite. It's worth it. The pain is worth it more, honestly. And I only have to do it like a couple times, like 4 times a month, maybe 5 if I'm feeling generous.
You need a little extra spending money.
A little extra spending, it's fine.
Oh,
Never said I had to bite it hard. I could maybe like do like a little
Yeah,
a little nibble, maybe.
You know how when you bite your cheek, you can it may not bleed, but you can feel it. You may not be able to eat
Feel
on
the
that side of
skin
your
fall
mouth.
off.
Yeah, you can't eat on that side of your mouth for a couple of days.
Yeah, funny enough, when I go to the dentist, my Dr. Alvarez, you're a real one. If you need a good dentist in Atlanta, go to Dr. Alvarez in Sandy
Springs?
Roswell. Fantastic dentist. I'm terrified of the dentist. Like I had a very traumatic dentist experience when I was younger, and she has cured my dentist anxiety.
Oh,
Going there on Monday, and I'm very excited for my feelings. Okay. But anyway, apparently my mouth is not the right size for my mouth. Like my teeth. She told me she was like, "Do you bite your cheeks a lot or like chew your cheeks?" I was like, "I don't chew them actively, but like I do bite them a good amount of time." She's like, "Yeah, I can tell you have like a big mouth, but your cheeks are like kind of thick, so you're probably gonna bite your cheeks a lot." And I was like, that explains why I constantly bite my cheeks all the time.
Oh, if you already do it, may as well get some free money out of it. But what does that even? How do I get my cheeks smaller if that's the case?
I don't know. I think it's because I still have my baby face, so maybe when I officially reach my Idris Elba form, it'll hopefully disappear. I don't know.
Interesting.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, this baby face, I was looking in the mirror the other day, and I'm like, I may be 26 and a half years old, but I look like I'm at least 67. No, I'm kidding. I actually just started this new skincare regimen. I added vitamin C serum to my skin, and I'm like, wow, I actually feel like I look a little bit younger. Not necessarily like that I didn't look young before, but like the skin is glowing.
It's going to glow. It's going to keep your skin from aging.
Skincare routines out here.
Yes, you do. And it doesn't have to be these extensive skincare routines people be doing on TikTok, 10, 12 steps. Now, you can do that if you want, but you can get you a good 4 or 5 steps to do in the morning and at night. It's self-care. You feel good. Cleanse yourself. So I too like to do my skincare routines and different things like that, because I used to be one of those like younger people in their teens and early 20s, never dealt with like skin issues, could just take a little bit of soap, wash my face.
Can't relate.
But yeah,
Pimple
as I got older, I was like, I need to take care of my skin. So I definitely, if you can also afford it, get you an esthetician. It's gonna change your life.
What about you? Stub toe or cheek bite?
I'm gonna have to say stub toe, because every time I have bit the inside of my cheek, my faith in Jesus has been renewed, because I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I'm in literal hell. Like, it takes so long to heal because it's so sensitive. You have to like eat on the other side of your mouth. You can't eat certain things because if it irritates. Now stubbing your toe will put you on off your feet.
I told you, fetal position.
I stubbed my toe one day. I was rushing, and I had to sit down and take a 20-minute nap. I told the world
like that sometimes.
I said, life, you won this round. I'ma just take a nap real quick, and when I wake up, we're gonna start over.
Round 2. It really be like that. Listen, today exhausted me.
Woo! Today drained me.
Whatever the hell she said. I was like, it's about to be an L on me today. Life 64, me 2.
I would say toe, because like it may be my big toe, my little toe.
They're all awful.
They're all awful. It may not have to be the hardest surface. Maybe I just lightly penetrated on like a soft couch, or where it's like, that hurts, but not like, oh my God, I gotta sit down.
Being a human is ghetto.
It really is. We have some of the like most fragile ligaments. But yes, so okay, you got $1,000 and $100. All right. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
Unlimited power, but not because I'm a control freak, even though I do be trying to control every single aspect of my life, even the uncontrollables. But if I had ultimate unlimited power or whatever, I could use that for actual really good things. Like, yeah, I can have respect. Like, he's a good person. Like, I respect that man. Respect isn't gonna change America into a better place necessarily. Respect isn't gonna, make serious changes in the world. Like, yeah, people might like me, but like, if I had power, I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what the fuck we're doing. I don't care what you say. We're gonna cut all this bullshit out and get to work. That, and I mean, I guess selfishly, I could use the power for like more nefarious needs. Like, do I want that Delta One upgrade?
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna get it, because respect is gonna have me in economy. Okay, we respect you so much to get you on this flight. Okay, but I'm gonna use that power to fly Delta One Comfort or whatever the case may be. I mean, because I feel like with the whole power thing, like, ultimate power corrupts, absolutely, whatever. I don't believe that per se. I've also never really been in a position of like real power, so I don't know. Maybe it is true. Maybe if I became like the richest person on the planet, I would become a piece of shit too. But I feel like it's like you just like we're already a piece of shit, but like now that you have money, you can like really like show off your piece of shitness. Well, I feel like I'm not like a piece of shit yet, like right now. I never really been like a piece of shit. I'm like not shit, if you know what I'm saying. So I feel like I would be like a really powerful not shit person, but like not an awful person. You know what I'm saying? But how about you?
So I get what you're saying. When I first saw the question, I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, power can probably do some changes. but I do feel like if you have respect, you can get changes done because people respect your words. People respect, your time, what you're saying. So you could become like an advocate or something. Most advocates don't have ultimate power. They just are respected by a lot of officials who do have power.
That's fair. But I'll say this. MLK, and I love it. Let me just say, like, this is nothing against MLK at all. Obviously, because I'm a fucking melanated man. While yes, respect was really important in that movement, it would have been a lot quicker if he had power to make the changes.
Yeah, it could have also altered the history of time. We could have gone into another civil war.
We're gonna do that anyway.
Well, where is it? And then I feel like
the
ultimate
boys,
power.
whatever they call themselves, the Rumble
What you call them?
Fighters, the Boogaloo Boy. I don't know what they call themselves.
I think I know
The
what
Wet
you're talking
Noodle
about.
Boys, whatever they call themselves.
The Proud Boys? Is that who you're talking about?
Whatever you, yes, them girls.
Okay.
Them queens.
Them queens. Yeah, and I just feel like with ultimate power, with great power comes great responsibility. It's just like thinking
I'm not fucking
about
Spider-Man, girl. It's fine.
you're not, but if you start making choices because you have the power, then you're responsible for like the outcome. And like think about the way we treat the president, who doesn't have ultimate power, but because he has the power to do certain things, we're always like, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? When in reality, he's probably looking at it from a unionist standpoint of like, or they, I should say, because I don't know, whatever. How's it gonna affect on this side or this side? So I've got to make, the middle choice that inevitably will serve the masses or the multitude instead of the little. So I feel like now that's not to say I wouldn't take ultimate power. I'm just thinking about it out loud because, yeah, I have never been in a like huge position of power per se, like responsible for thousands of people, but I've been like student council president or just like different things, or class president, or just where I've had to like make decisions, even like doing intern work with the UN and the African Union, like just seeing those diplomats and how they operate. Power has a lot of responsibility that's tied to it, and like a lot of people would crumble under the pressure of that responsibility, honestly.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say power, because I do feel like I can use that authority and that influence for the good.
Same.
But I don't think that, having ultimate respect wouldn't serve your good for sure.
Agreed. Also, we have very different opinions of power, because you said power in the sense of like, I assume you mean like political power or like...
No, just power in general. Ultimate power.
Because I was thinking like I was a Kryptonian, like Superman. And I was like, I'm bulletproof, can shoot lasers, and nothing can kill me but a rock. It's over for you hoes.
No,
Some of y'all are being launched into space today.
Not what's your boy from The Boys? Not him.
Homelander,
not Homelander.
Like I said, he was a piece of shit originally, so he remained a piece of shit. I would be like Maeve, like kind of good, primarily not shit, but kind of good. Some redeeming qualities.
She did what she needed to do when it needed to be done.
I love her.
Yeah, so she may have made some poor choices, but when the whip came cracking down, she made the right choice to be there. Okay. I only have a couple more. Would you rather be in an Oscar-winning film or write a Grammy-winning song?
I'm going to say write the Grammy-winning song. Reason being, just because I'm in the Oscar-winning film doesn't mean I have a main part in it. I could be like broomstick number 2. Now, I'd be the best damn broomstick they ever seen. But just something in the movie doesn't mean I have a starring role. However, if I had a starring role implying like I was the star of the movie, I actually think I would still pick the song, because like, I'm not gonna say movies come and go, because there's a lot of movies that people still watch like for the past, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I watch this pretty regularly or whatever the case may be. But like, music, that really lives on forever in a sense of like, even when your song quote unquote dies, if it's one of those legendary songs, people are gonna reference you for their own song. So it's like your song never really goes away.
Yeah, that's true.
People are using it, Pump Up the Jam today like it's like a song that just came out. So I'm gonna say a song personally would be more exciting. That, and of course, being someone who wants to produce music, it just kind of fills my soul a bit more.
Yeah, it just
However,
makes sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this here now. I've always wanted to be either an Avenger at Disney or a part of the DC, not necessarily the universe we have now, but if you want to cast me as like a Black Robin, maybe a Green Lantern, what Kid Flash, Static Shock. I'm growing out dreads. If you want to make so if I could be like a superhero in one of these, award-winning movies, maybe, because that sounds like a lot of fun.
That would be kind of cool.
Again, if you want to cast me, like you can get me the trainer. I know y'all be paying for the trainers.
Absolutely.
I'll work out every day.
Okay.
I'll be one of the best Avengers ever. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But like I said, if you want to cast me, my DMs are open.
I can't wait to see you on the big screen as
Megan Thee Stallion made it. I'm making it.
Ooh.
Okay.
She did.
Disney's picking up people off the streets at this point. You want to be in a Marvel movie?
I don't have nothing to say about She-Hulk, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't heard
Go ahead.
many good things about it.
If you got some extra time, watch it.
I don't have any extra
I'll
time.
say that.
There's no extra time in the budget for
It's
that.
I had high hopes for it. I'm not gonna say whether those hopes were disappointed or not.
It's fine. I feel like they were disappointing because what I've heard about it is disappointing. And also, just to be transparent, Marvel hasn't had me since WandaVision.
Damn.
WandaVision was the last thing from Marvel I've really genuinely been like, oh yeah, I'm in this.
And you want to know the real truth? It wasn't even Wanda. It was Agatha.
It was
all
Agatha
along.
all along. It was Agatha the entire time.
Had us.
The only other thing that Marvel's really gonna have me in the door for in the future is Wakanda Forever, because I can't wait to see our queen Angela Bassett take up the suit. Miss Bassett is gonna be out here, Wakanda forever. Okay, can't wait for that. I'm also gonna want to see the Fantastic Four movie because I love the Fantastic Four. I grew up on them. And then I'll see the other two Avengers movies probably. I don't know, but yeah, sorry. Phase 4 really hasn't been Phase 4 or 5. I don't know what phase are we in now. The phase after the end game is really just not been hitting for me.
4, because I think Endgame was 3.
But they still make a lot of money, so somebody likes them. Just not me.
They are blockbuster, box office busting films every single time, so they're gonna be out here. I thought about the Oscar. I felt like that would be kind of cool. Not a lot of black women have won Oscars, so that would be kind of cool. But like you said, you don't know if you're like the main character. I could be, you
could be broom number 2.
I could be broom number 3 because you're broom number 2.
Oh, I'm 2? Oh.
I could have been broom number 3.
Once again, best damn brooms you
But
ever,
okay, sweeping up these hoes.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna pick Grammy because like you said, I think music does live on. Yes, films, like I'm a cinephile. I love film. So like I watch film before I watch a television show. So I love that. But I would rather actually win an Oscar for producing a film versus being in it.
That's fair.
So I could roll with a Grammy. Like I think it would be cool to win a Grammy, be there, be in the presence of all those people. Just have it sitting there. I would, for historical reasons, I would win the Oscar, but personally, I would take the Grammy.
Yeah, nothing. This isn't. Sorry. And I'm not saying like movies aren't like timeless or like important and stuff like that. Like I love movies, but like I feel like as far as emotional responses, me personally, I get more chills from hearing like someone hit a really good note in the song. Halle Bailey, Barry.
Woo!
I don't care what y'all say about our little colored Ariel. She cleared it.
She's about to bring us to tears.
I'm ready. Someone leaked the actual full version of that trailer when she actually hits the highest note that she gets to. Hairs on the back of my neck. Tears in the eye. She is about to clear these hoes. You hear me? And all you folks who are like, oh, she can't be black, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Because the dumbest, most racist, dumbest thing I've ever heard, outside of the countless other dumb racist things I've heard, was someone was like, she can't be black because, like, she's in the ocean and because it's so far away from the sun and blocks the UV, no one melanated would be underwater. She's a talking fucking fish.
Period.
With a Jamaican lobster and a fish best friend. What? Y'all niggas
and
are weird.
Seagull. Very weird because, first of all, marine biologist, thank you for sharing your degree that you don't have of TikTok University. There are black fish in the sea. There are very blue fish that look black. How do you explain that?
And again,
and she's a mermaid,
fish,
which doesn't exist. Mermaids don't exist.
Y'all
so why are we even
insane.
having
If
the
y'all don't like black
conversation?
people, just say
Just say that.
Just say that.
If you want Disney to tell these jigaboos to get out of here,
okay,
then
this
just
is an
say
all-white party.
This is an all-white party. Just say that. Like, don't try to solidify your ignorance with these cockamamie explanations about, oh, she's in the bottom of the sea, or, oh, black people don't have red hair, or blah, blah, blah.
Which is also not true.
If you're uncultured, exactly. If you're uncultured, just say that. Like, period. So I will be in attendance. I can't wait.
Speaking of one other movie we have to see, because you have no choice but to go see it with me. The Women King? We need to see Viola Davis out here. Viola Davis hemming people up. I can't wait. Front row. We are going to The Woman King.
Okay. I'll go see that.
You didn't have a choice. I'm buying the tickets. We're going.
I will be honest and say I have not seen the trailer for it yet. But when I heard about it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go support.
We're gonna watch the trailer later.
I'm gonna go and support.
Wait.
But yeah, we'll be there. Ain't nobody talking about the fact that. I'm not gonna spoil it because some of y'all don't know how the Little Mermaid ends.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
Never mind. Last question. Would you rather see Beyonce live for free forever or finally get R9?
Fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh shit. So there's like pros and cons to that, right? So on the R9 side of things, we're implying that R9 even exists as an album. As far as I'm concerned, R9 is that baby.
It's the baby. It really is. But let's just say hypothetically, it is in existence, it's mastered. It's just sitting on the thumb drive, waiting to be cold pressed into an album.
On the flip side, on the Beyonce side, we're implying this might not be Beyonce's final go. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she'll release something after this. I mean, more than likely she will. But, like, she might be at the end of Renaissance tour be like, well, that was my final blowout. I'll see y'all never again. And just disappears like Batman at the end of The Dark Knight Rises.
But you can see the Renaissance tour for free.
Because she is going to bankrupt me. That one ticket is going to send me into crippling financial crisis. I'm sure. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to pick. Oh my god, this is actually one of the hardest questions we've had the whole evening. Cause like,
I didn't say see her live. Now we know what we get.
I wouldn't be paid to see that. I'm kidding. I love Rihanna so much. Please don't kill me. But we all know Rihanna isn't giving live. I've seen Rihanna live. And I could have not seen Rihanna live.
I've seen her live. I mean,
great.
She's
a fantastic
giving
person.
what she gives, what Rihanna gives. She's not giving Beyonce, but nobody is.
I'm gonna have to pick Beyonce. Because we don't even know what R9 gonna sound like. She might. What if Rihanna had to throw away the whole album because Beyonce released her album? She's like, what?
This was years ago, though.
You implying that she didn't just start the album 2 days ago after the baby was born? Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, the album is the baby. That baby's name is R, middle name 9.
No, R, middle name dash Last name Nine.
Okay, like a Star Wars droid, R2D2.
Okay,
right now.
don't be surprised when she come on Instagram. R9's finally been released, and it's a
And it's
picture
the
of the
baby.
baby, and
Picture
it's not
of-
even gonna be a full picture. It's gonna
It's
be a side profile.
Side profile, a little up close of the little hairs on his head, his
Maybe
little
a
baby
hand.
hairs.
Maybe a hand. Well, yes. This question was one of the more difficult ones I came up with because I'm crazy, but I didn't even think about it myself. At this point, I've been so in anticipation for R9. You're right. Beyonce could say, I'm done touring. I've got enough money. I don't ever have to tour. I'm not in love with touring anymore. She could do whatever. And Renaissance, she may not even give a Renaissance tour.
She really might. I feel like we're making that up. Like, there's no confirmation that that's going to happen.
She's not I'm
sure she will, but like we haven't confirmed that.
We haven't confirmed it. My prediction is that we got Act 1 album, Act 2 is going to be some visuals, and Act 3 will be the tour. But that could just be my cockamamie mind, hoping that that's the way that this will work. I would see her touring on Renaissance because I could see her having a great time and making other people have time. But that's just an assumption.
Renaissance was the album she gave us just so we all wouldn't like jump off a bridge. She ain't touring. She said coronavirus and monkeypox. I'm not going out there. I just gave y'all an album so y'all would leave me alone.
I would have to say
the PPP was running out, so she had to run it back up. Okay.
if I ever found out Beyonce applied for a PPP loan, I don't know if I will ever forgive her. Because, yeah, a lot of you niggas was out here committing fraud. Yes, you were. Knowing you should have let those small business owners get those funds. But y'all was not as rich as Beyonce and Jay-Z.
They were really out here stealing thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in PPP loan money. And I missed out. I can't believe I missed out on my opportunity to pull myself out of this ghetto.
You did it because you will now not to worry about have your freedom snatched away from you for that PPP loan.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
$10,000 is not worth my freedom. Absolutely not. And they making examples out of you niggas. They not just giving y'all 6 to 12 months. Y'all getting 5 federal years in federal prison.
I don't know how to launder
5
money
to 10.
or none of that, but I do sorely regret not having a PPP.
5 to
And
10.
I'm not ashamed of saying it. I don't have one. I didn't get one.
That's
I
fair.
should have. I really
You
probably
had
should have.
ample opportunity to get one, but
And I missed
you
it.
You chose to be honest, and you should be proud of
And
yourself.
that has
for
done
that.
nothing but shoot myself in the foot every time I've done it. Every time I've been honest in my life. I've been honest with my mom, I get my ass beat. I'd be honest with my doctor, I get institutionalized. Okay, like maybe being honest is the problem here.
So anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program. I'm gonna have to go with Beyonce because there's just been so much anticipation around R9. Just come out with the next album, girl.
R10.
Okay, just come out with the next edition. We don't even have to talk about R9 no more. Come out.
Do like the iPhone. Skip R9 and go straight to
11.
R9X.
Yes.
Okay. R9X.
R9XS. Okay, give us that.
The RX plus Max, girl. I don't know what to tell you at this point. Honestly, like Rihanna is gonna give us another Fenty before she gives us R9. Speaking of Fenty, I just have to give a quick shout out to Erykah Badu because she really ate that during our Fenty Savage part, whatever the hell we're on now. She walked in, got on the elevator, walked out, and that was it. And I'm sure she made no less than probably $100,000 or more on that. Walk in and walk out. That's my kind of hustle I need. Walk in,
An elevator ride.
elevator up, walk out, and I leave. That's what I want to do with my life.
That's what power will get you.
And once again, cleared it.
So yeah, well, that's the last of the questions that I have. I guess that's
I ain't got no
conclude.
more for that.
No, it's
Honestly, that That was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me too. And Rihanna girl, if you ever listen to this by whatever happenstance, so it ends up on your desk, that's not to say we don't want it, girl. We just sick and tired of waiting for it. It's been so long.
That album's on a kill switch to her heart.
Even the McRib make its rounds every couple of years.
Speaking of things I need to make a new round, Chick-fil-A did bring back their spicy biscuit meal sandwich in the morning, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm gonna need y'all at McDonald's to bring back the chicken selects. I'm sick and tired of waiting for these chicken selects. Y'all bring back the snack wrap, which is the same. It's the chicken select inside the wrap. Just take the chicken out the wrap. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's my last tangent. You want to give them our socials so we can go to sleep? I'm tired.
Yes, about that time. So thanks again for listening to another episode of Friendship University. You can hit us. We're on Twitter at Funny Podcast. That's FUNI Podcast on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. Give us a follow. Give us some listens. We're at Friendship University on Instagram. And then if you want to email us anything, topics, give us some funny friendship stories, even some advice, you can find us at thefriendshipuniversity@gmail.com. Actually, not the at the beginning, but thefriendshipuniversity@gmail.com. You'll find all of our handles in the description box below. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next Friday for Friendship Fridays. Ow.
Whoop, whoop.